My child, please stop for just a moment and listen with your heart. Heaven intercepted your scrolling because I am cutting into the noise to protect you. I have seen the betrayal, the quiet humiliation, the conversations you were not invited to but were about you. I have watched you rehearse the speech that would finally expose the truth. I have felt the tremble in your chest as you drafted the message that would make them pay. Chosen one, hear me clearly. Do not fight dirty. Do not borrow the weapons that wounded you. The moment you choose integrity over revenge, you step out of their trap and into my covering. I know what they said. I know what they twisted. I know the names they called you and the lies they cooked in private to serve in public. I know how unjust it feels to be quiet when the rumor runs, to be still when your name is moving without your consent. But revenge is not relief. It is a leak. It will drain your peace, thin your mind, and recruit your spirit into a battlefield that was never assigned to you. They want you to meet them where they live: chaos, pettiness, public performance. If you meet them there, you leave the safety of my presence to fight on their ground. Do not. Step back. Stand clean. I will handle what they hide. Stay with me to the end because I will show you what I will do and what you must not do. Your assignment is not to prove your innocence in their courtroom. Your assignment is to stay out of the mud so I can move without interference. When you protect your integrity, you protect your future. When you refuse to clap back, you refuse to be chained back. My peace is your shield, and when you choose it over the thrill of retaliation, you choose life over temporary applause. The covering you crave is found in restraint. Do not skip this moment. This is a direct call from heaven. Do not answer from panic. Do not engage from pride. Do not spend the night scripting a storm. Breathe. Return to me. I am not absent. I am guarding your steps and counting your tears. I will expose what needs exposing, and I will do it in a way that does not cost you your spirit. If you need steady guidance that keeps you in peace-led discernment, subscribe so you do not miss the next instruction I send. And if someone you love is standing on the edge of retaliation, share this with them now. Keep your hands clean and watch me cover you. My child, lean in. I am going to tell you why revenge sounds like relief but runs like a leak in your soul. Betrayal shocks the heart. Your nervous system scrambles for control. Your mind tells you that a strike back will restore your dignity. You imagine the speech that shuts the room down. You picture the text that finally flips the narrative. You feel the rush of false power that says, "Now they will feel what I felt." But hear me clearly, that rush is not restoration. It is adrenaline dressed like justice. You think you are taking your power back, but you are handing them your attention, your sleep, and your joy. Revenge does not give you closure. It gives you a contract with obsession. It keeps the wound open because you keep touching it. It turns your prayer time into plotting time. It trades tenderness for tension, discernment for suspicion, communion for calculation. Every hour you spend rehearsing retaliation is an hour you donate to the very pain that tried to bury you. Each imagined takedown extends their lease inside your mind. It feels like armor, but it is actually a siphon draining peace, thinning wisdom, dulling your ability to hear me clearly. Pay attention to the symptoms, rehearsing conversations in the shower and at red lights, stalking their updates and their friends' updates and the comments under the updates, crafting clapbacks you never send, then crafting new ones, gathering allies to audition your anger, saving screenshots like evidence for a trial I never asked you to attend, daydreaming exposure scenes, replaying betrayals on a loop, refreshing and reliving and rebleeding, your jaw clenched, your sleep light, your chest tight, your peace stepping back because you invited chaos to umpire your decisions. This is how revenge recruits your spirit into a war that drains your peace. Listen to me. Justice is not your job. Alignment is your job. I have already said, vengeance is mine. I will repay. I am the Lord who fights for you. You only need to be still when I say be still, and move when I say move. Your assignment is not payback. Your assignment is peace, boundaries, prayer, and obedience. Set the boundary that stops access without starting a war. Pray the prayer that returns your heart to softness without returning you to naivety. Obey the nudge to log off, to stop explaining, to stop collecting witnesses, to put your focus back on the life I am building with you. Do not borrow weapons I did not give you. Do not invest your future in a performance that will not heal you. Place the case in my hands. Guard your spirit. Choose the quiet that keeps you clear. When you refuse the bait, you starve the battle. When you keep your hands clean, You release my hand to move. And I will move, child, not at the cost of your spirit, but for the restoration of your peace. My child, hear me now. The first sign that you have stepped off my path is not their reaction, not the rumor, not the silence. It is the quiet departure of peace within you. I have already told you, let my peace rule in your heart. The word rule means to act as an umpire. My peace calls the plays. My peace says fair or foul, safe or out. When you start crafting revenge and you feel your chest tighten, your breath shorten, your mind run in circles, that is, the umpire raising a hand to stop the game. Do not argue with that call. When peace withdraws, it is not rejection. It is my protection steering you away from a trap. Listen with your spirit. Peace is not a numb shutdown. Numbness is cold, disconnected, and brittle. Numbness closes the heart so it cannot be hurt, but also so it cannot heal. Numbness avoids prayer, avoids truth, avoids the mirror. Peace is different. Peace is steady, living, and clean. Peace does not need to control the room. Peace makes you breathe deeper, think clearer, and forgive without abandoning wisdom. Peace can say no without venom, and yes without fear. Peace gives you time. Peace keeps your voice gentle and your boundary firm. Beware the counterfeit. There is a false calm that follows, a petty win, the clapback that lands, the story that hints, the friend you recruit to carry your version. For a moment you feel taller, triumphant, seen. But then comes the heaviness, the itch to check if they noticed, the urge to push it further. The rush fades and leaves you hungry again, jittery again, planning again. That is not peace. That is bait sugar on a hook. It soothes your ego while it bleeds your spirit. So here is your diagnostic. Bring the thought of revenge before me and watch what your inner world does. If the planning steals your rest, if the imagining makes you small inside, if the drafting pulls you into compulsion, the umpire has made the call. That loss of peace is not weakness. It is me escorting you out of a dangerous game you cannot win without losing yourself. Do not override the umpire. Do not mute the signal. Return to where peace stands and wait with me there. Chosen one, when you learn to read this signal, you step out of confusion and into clarity. The enemy's traps are loud. My guidance is sure. Peace will first pull you back, then point you forward. Let it. Obey the withdrawal. Honor the nudge. As you do, you will begin to recognize the bait before it touches you, and you will keep your spirit clean while I handle what your flesh is eager to fight. Stay with the umpire I placed within you. That is how you remain under my covering. My child, let me uncover the trap beneath the trap. Betrayal does not only aim to break your heart, it aims to bend your character. When the sting hits, a prove it impulse rises. Prove you are not weak. Prove you are not a fool. Prove they cannot play you. The enemy takes that impulse and fashions bait. He cannot destroy what I have covered, so he tries to deform it. If he cannot stop your destiny, he will try to stain your demeanor. Hear me, the real danger is not what they did, it is what revenge tries to turn you into. Watch the attempted transformation, from honest to manipulative, from patient to vindictive, from prayerful to performative, from steady to scheming, from tender to tactical. He wants you to trade your oil for smoke. You were called to heal, not to haunt, to bless, not to blast, to build, not to belittle, to guard, not to gossip, to clarify, not to control. If he can pull you from intercession into image management, from truth-telling into half-truth hinting, he has already won a portion of the battle because he has shifted you out of who you are in me. Pay attention to how retaliation often mimics the offender's tactics. They orchestrated a smear campaign, now you are curating one. They trafficked in half-truths, now you are leaking insinuations. They shaped their image with selective stories. Now you are editing your timeline to sting. They triangulated using a third person to carry a narrative. Now you are recruiting allies to carry yours. They turned rooms against you. Now you are quietly auditioning rooms to turn against them. This is the bait. It feels like justice, but it drafts you into the very playbook that wounded you. Chosen one, I am guarding your identity more fiercely than your image. Your image is who people think you are. Your identity is who I know you are. Revenge mortgages identity to pay for a momentary image win. Do not take that loan. Let the peace I placed within you keep calling the plays. When you sense your words sharpening beyond truth, stop. When you feel your spirit shrinking to make room for strategy, stop. My peace is sounding the alarm to pull you off the field, where you cannot win without losing yourself. Hear me with your whole heart. I do not need you to sin to win. I do not need you to become them to defeat them. I need you to stay clean, so I can fight for you. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. You overcome by refusing the costume of your adversary. You win by refusing to answer from the same spirit that wounded you. Keep your hands clean, your boundaries firm, your prayers honest, your lips from deceit. In the next step, I will pull you out of their courtroom entirely. No more explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Your silence will become your shield, while I expose without costing you your peace. Stay under my covering and watch what I do. My child, step out of their courtroom. You have been standing before a jury that sold its verdict before you spoke. You keep presenting evidence to people who enjoy your pain. They do not come to understand, they come to feed. Hear me, explanation is holy when it meets humility, but when it meets a hardened heart, it turns into Listen with your spirit. Over-explaining invites debate about your dignity, and debate about your dignity is beneath you. Each paragraph you write becomes rope they twist. Every "let me clarify" becomes new content for their spin. You think you are redeeming the narrative, but you are renewing the contract. Explaining yourself to those who refuse truth does not clear the air, it clouds your mind. It keeps you emotionally leased to their storyline, rent due in anxiety and sleep. This is why you feel wrung out after every attempt. This is why peace steps back. The umpire is calling you out of a game rigged to drain you. Silence is not surrender, it is strategy. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom, choosing the higher court. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. When you stop feeding their appetite for chaos, the table collapses. When you refuse to audition for approval, their power over you withers. My child, you are leaving their stage, not forfeiting your voice. There is a time to speak with clarity, and I will show you that time. But right now, your assignment is to reclaim your energy from endless explanations and invest it in prayer, clean boundaries, and steady obedience. Hear this clearly. Your silence does not accept abuse, tolerate sin, or erase consequences. Your silence refuses to be baited into a spectacle. Your silence declines the invitation to wrestle in mud where both come out unrecognizable. Your silence closes the hallway where gossip echoes and opens the door where I render verdicts. You do not owe access to those who weaponize your words. You do not owe updates to those who turn your updates into ammunition. You owe me obedience and your own soul peace. So here is your boundary principle. Stop sending paragraphs to people who read in bad faith. Stop scheduling meetings to convince those who bought a lie at a discount. Stop rehearsing alibis for an accuser who is not seeking truth. Withdraw honor from dishonorable hearings. Withdraw presence from rooms that edit your testimony into entertainment. Keep your answers few, factual, and final when needed. Otherwise, be still, be clean, be covered. I am not silencing your worth. I am securing your witness. Chosen one, step back under my covering. Let me carry what your explanations cannot. I will guard your name better than your posts can. I will vindicate your path better than your debates can. I will restore your peace first, and then I will handle what men mishandled. Place the file in my hands. Close the tab. Release the need to be believed by those who feast on confusion, and return to the table I set for you in the presence of your enemies. There, you will eat in peace while I work in justice. Now let me show you what I do in secret while you stay quiet, how I expose without costing you your spirit, and how I settle matters in a way that returns your dignity and multiplies your peace. My child, lean into this. While you stay quiet, I am not. I move in rooms you cannot enter, in minds you cannot read, in timelines you cannot control. I reveal what is hidden at the appointed time without you dirtying your hands. I do not need your clapback to collect the facts. I do not need your parade to present the truth. I am the one who brings to light the hidden things of darkness and makes counsel manifest. Nothing can stay buried where I am building you. Here is how exposure often unfolds when you keep your spirit clean. Patterns surface. What looked like an isolated moment is seen as a pattern repeated, not once, but over time. Contradictions multiply. Stories that once seemed seamless begin to snag on their own threads. Details misalign. Versions change. Alliances shift. Those who once agreed in private begin to distance themselves in public. Small hesitations become larger questions. Shared confidence turns into quiet concern. Truth rises through time. A text resurfaces. A witness grows a conscience. A casual conversation becomes a recorded clarity. The pressure of maintaining a lie exhausts the liar, and the weight of pretense bends what cannot stand. You do not have to announce the truth. Truth has a voice. It speaks through fruit. It speaks through consistency. It speaks through what does not add up when people finally stop applauding and start listening. My spirit has a way of leaning on a heart in the night, stirring remembrance at an inconvenient hour, composing a correction that no man planned. While you rest, I whisper. While you worship, I arrange. While you choose restraint, I set the table where contradiction sits across from accountability and cannot keep a straight face. Hear my warning, because I am guarding your future. Do not interfere with my process. When you insert your emotion into my exposure, you give the enemy fog to hide in. Your rush muddies clean water. Your fingerprints on evidence become a distraction to those who need to see plainly. If you strike before the moment I appoint, you may delay clarity not because I am weak, but because their defense will point to your reaction instead of their action. Stay clean so the contrast remains sharp. Stay still so the timeline remains clear. Delay is not denial, it is precision and protection. Chosen one, your obedience is the channel through which I move without costing you your peace. I am not late, I am exact. I am not absent, I am active in secret. Keep your hands pure. Keep your tongue from venom. Keep your boundary firm. When you do, I can expose what's hidden without you becoming bitter. I will keep your heart soft while truth hardens around the facts. I will guard your dignity while I unwind deception. And when I unveil, you will not have to fight for a stage. Your peace will testify, your fruit will corroborate, and my timing will close the case. Stay covered under my restraint and watch what I do. My child, hear me clearly. Your assignment is not payback. It is boundaries that protect your future. Boundaries are not punishment, and they are not control. Boundaries are spiritual architecture. They are how you guard the peace I gave you and the purpose I am unfolding in you. Think of them as a fence around a garden I am growing, not a prison. A fence with a gate you steward. You decide what enters to nurture and what stays out to keep the soil from being trampled. Guard your heart, for from it flow the issues of life. This is wisdom, not war. This is protection, not pettiness. Here is what that wisdom looks like in practice. Limit access. Access is influence. Not everyone who wants proximity has earned it. Do not take late-night calls that stir confusion. Night magnifies emotions and mutes discernment. Stop the circular arguments. Say once, with clarity, and then step back. Move important communication to writing when needed so truth is clear and patterns are visible. Meet in public places if you must meet. Or bring a trusted third party to keep the air honest. Use time boundaries. I am available for 20 minutes, not 2 hours. Use topic boundaries. We will discuss this matter only, not reopen old wounds. Use digital boundaries. Mute, restrict, or block when their access becomes a corridor for chaos. Protect legal and financial boundaries if applicable. Return keys. Change codes. Separate accounts. Keep records. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Few words. Clean edges. No venom. Now apply the fruit test. Flowers are apologies. Fruit is change behavior. Repeated disrespect is not a riddle to solve. It is a closed door. Consistent repentance paired with consistent change is grounds for cautious evaluation, not automatic restoration. Count months, not minutes. Watch patterns, not promises. Measure peace, not persuasion. If your inner umpire, the peace I placed within you, keeps withdrawing when you consider reconnecting, that is protection. If peace grows as they demonstrate humility, honesty, and repair over time, proceed carefully with wisdom. Fruit first, stories later. Resist false guilt. Protecting your spirit is not being unloving, it is being wise. Love without boundaries becomes enabling. Mercy without wisdom invites cycles. Forgiveness cancels a debt. It does not automatically restore the credit limit. You can bless from a distance. You can wish well without walking back into a whirlwind. I have said, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Sometimes, peace requires space. Sometimes honor looks like silence. Sometimes dignity looks like a firm no. And remember this, boundaries must be paired with a clean heart, or you will carry poison into your next place. Set the boundary without spite. Install the lock without curses. Choose silence without rehearsing speeches in your mind. Pray blessing instead of plotting. Release them to me. Release yourself from their courtroom. Keep worship in your mouth and accusation out of your hands. When you do, your boundary becomes a shelter rather than a wall of bitterness. I will meet you inside that shelter. I will restore your peace. I will secure your steps. Boundaries are not revenge, they are wisdom that guards the life I am building through you. Stay clean, stay covered, and watch what I do. My child, hear me. Do not return evil for evil. When pain presses, you need substitutes that keep you free. I will give you 3, and if you practice them, your nervous system will settle and your spirit will clear. These are not passive. They are powerful. They do not make you a doormat. They make you a fortress. First, prayer instead of plotting. Plotting floods your body with adrenaline and recruits your imagination as a weapon against your own peace. Prayer turns your attention from them to me. Pray like this: Father, let truth rise without me forcing it. Guard my heart and my name under your covering. Lead me away from temptation and into wisdom and obedience. Bless those who wronged me with repentance and reality. Do your will, not my anger in this situation. When you pray this way, your shoulders drop, your breath lengthens, your mind stops spiraling because you have handed me the case. The umpire of peace steps back onto the field and calls you safe. Second, silence instead of slander. Slander feels like power because it gathers witnesses, but it keeps you enrolled in their play. Silence withdraws your energy from the stage they built. Put the phone down. Close the tab. Do not hint, subpost, or leak half-truths. Let time and fruit do the talking. Keep your journal with me. Keep your conversations clean and few. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. Silence is not shrinking. It is stepping out of their courtroom into mine. As you practice it, the noise inside you lowers. The reward loop of retaliation starves. The confusion fog lifts. Third, integrity instead of image management. Image management is theater. Integrity is testimony. Keep your words consistent in public and in private. Do what you say. Keep your receipts clean, no manipulative edits. No selective quoting. No alliances built on bitterness. Return what is not yours. Pay what you owe. Show up to your assignment. Let your yes be yes, and your no be no. When your conduct is steady, you stop burning fuel to curate perception. Your motives purify. Your steps grow simple. Peace rules again, acting as an umpire over what you permit and what you refuse. These 3 practices, prayer, silence, integrity, are how you exit the trap without losing your soul. They soothe your body, steady your emotions, and sharpen your discernment. Your freedom is protected when you replace revenge with these. Hold this, because next I will show you the contrast. What happens if you take their road versus mine? One ties you to them. The other moves you forward in peace. Stay clean, stay covered. Watch what I do. My child, stand with me at the fork and look clearly. 2 roads. One looks powerful in the moment, the other looks costly at the start. One is revenge, the other is surrender. I will show you the end of both, because wisdom is to see beyond the first turn. If you take the road of revenge, the first curve feels like a rush adrenaline that whispers, finally. But the pavement is slick with drama. Very quickly, you are not leading the moment is leading you. Your name becomes a headline in rooms that do not love you. Reputation becomes a game of whack-a-mole. Put out 1 fire, 3 more light. Your spirit grows heavy, your sleep goes thin. Your mind starts budgeting every hour for surveillance, refreshing, reacting, rehearsing. Friend groups fracture. Neutral people become referees you never asked for. Old wounds wake up because revenge pulls their threads. Triggers multiply. You check who viewed, who liked, who whispered. You keep receipts to win arguments that only breed new arguments. You feel taller for a night and smaller in the morning. Peace withdraws. The umpire is off the field because you insisted on playing without rules. That road steals your future to feed the past. It ties you to those who hurt you with a rope made of reaction. If you take the road of surrender, the first bend is grief. It feels like loss. It feels like letting them get away. You will cry. You will shake. You will have to unclench your jaw and your plan and place the case in my hands. But after grief comes relief. Peace returns like oxygen. Your discernment sharpens. You hear me again. You stop chasing confirmation, and confirmation starts finding you. Doors open that drama would have closed. New conversations form that are not about them, because your life is no longer hosted in their shadow. They lose access to your emotions because you change the locks. You won't have to chase. You won't have to beg. You won't have to prove. Fruit will testify. Time will corroborate. I will organize exposure without you orchestrating a scene. My child, I am not calling you passive. I am calling you protected. Protection looks like boundaries, prayer, silence, and obedience, while I execute justice on a clock that will not cost you your spirit. Hear me, revenge keeps you tied to them. Surrender moves you into peace and forward motion. Choose the road that frees your future. Step back under my covering. Put your energy where it multiplies into healing, into purpose, into clean steps I can bless. As you release the case, I release clarity. As you keep your hands clean, I keep your path clear. Now let me tend what the betrayal wounded in you. My child, come closer and let me touch the sore place you have been guarding with anger. I see the blaze in your chest. I know why it burns. Anger has been your armor, because beneath it lives grief. Grief over trust, broken, identity shaken, safety stolen. Betrayal does not only cut what happened, it questions who you are. It asks, was I foolish? Was I unworthy? Am I unsafe? Hear me, you are not foolish, you are faithful. You are not unworthy, you are mine. You are not unsafe under my covering. I am here, and I am restoring. Let us name the fear that keeps your fists clenched. If I do not retaliate, it means they got away with it. No, that is a lie dressed like logic. My justice has a longer reach than your reaction. I do not run on the clock of public perception. I move on the timeline of perfect truth. Surrender does not certify their victory, it secures your healing. You are not backing down. You are stepping out of a fight designed to drain you and into a surgery designed to save you. Courtrooms argue for points. Operating rooms go after the disease. I am your healer. Let me in. Now, without shame, look within with me. What did this betrayal awaken? An old abandonment wound that says, everyone leaves. A people-pleasing reflex that bargains. If I perform better, I will be kept. An approval addiction that confuses being seen with being safe. A control vow. Never again will I be vulnerable that hardens what I made soft. I am not pointing these out to accuse you. I am revealing to heal you. Hand me the vows you made in pain. Break agreement with the lies you learned to survive. I will give you wisdom that protects without poisoning, strength that guards without growing cold. Hear my promise. I will restore your dignity without you destroying your gentleness. I will set steel in your spine and keep honey in your tongue. You will not need cruelty to be safe. You will not need hardness to be holy. I heal the brokenhearted and bind up their wounds. I give beauty for ashes and a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. As your grief is honored in my presence, your peace will return as an umpire, calling you safe, calling you forward, calling you clean. The goal is not to win the fight. It is to heal the wound so you do not bleed on your future. Let the tears come. They are washing out the infection of bitterness. Name the losses with me. The promise you believed, the version of them you cherished, the story you hoped would be true. Lay each one on my altar. I never waste a wound. I turn it into wisdom. What cut you will one day mark you with a testimony, not a tale of pettiness, but a witness of preservation. Your discernment will sharpen. Your boundaries will mature. Your heart will stay soft. And when it looks, for a moment, like they are winning, remember, my silence is not my absence. I am healing you now and aligning justice with precision. Stay with me in this inward work. Your future is too holy to be stained by today's unhealed pain. Stay clean, stay covered. I am making you whole. My child, I see you watching their page fill with smiles and invitations while your room is quiet and your name feels questioned. They look affirmed. You feel hidden. They post highlights. You hold heartbreak. Hear me, my silence is not my absence. What looks like their victory may be my restraint because I am working with perfect timing. I am not ignoring you. I am insulating you. I am not late. I am precise. I am building something in you that noise would disrupt and applause would distort. Understand the season. Seeds do their strongest work underground. Roots require darkness, depth, and quiet to anchor what will one day bear weight in the wind. I shelter you from public noise while I build private strength. I keep you out of certain rooms right now because those rooms amplify drama louder than truth. I let some meetings pass you by because those tables trade and spin, and I am detoxing you from the need to be seen by those who refuse to see. Hidden is not forgotten. Hidden is protected. Hidden is how I heal your reflexes, restore your breath, and reinstall peace as your umpire, so you stop answering every siren with your soul. Delay is not denial. Delay is alignment. I am aligning witnesses, timing, and consequences so that exposure is clean and your spirit stays intact. I am pressing on hearts in the night. I am organizing conversations you do not control. I am allowing contradictions to grow so visible that even casual observers can no longer pretend not to see. If I moved on your clock, you might win a moment and lose your peace. If I move on mine, truth lands and stays. My restraint does not excuse them. It preserves you. I am preventing you from paying for justice with your joy. Walk by faith, not by what their highlights suggest. Highlights are edited. Harvest is proven. Do not measure reality by reels. Measure it by fruit, by consistency, by peace. Fix your eyes on me. Be still and know that I am God. The vision awaits its appointed time. Though it lingers, wait for it, it will not prove false. Faith is continuing to trust when everything seems contrary. Faith is refusing to refresh their page and choosing to refresh your spirit in my presence. Faith is staying obedient when applause is absent. And hear this confirmation. Your first justice is the return of peace. When peace re-enters the room, that is the sign. My hand is already at work. Chosen one, I am not leaving you in the shadows. I am leading you through a process. Keep your hands clean. Keep your boundaries firm. Keep your voice low and your worship high. You will not have to touch them for me to move them. Let me show you this pattern in my word, how integrity in a cave prepared a crown, and how restraint in the face of spears ushered in my timing. My child, look at David and learn the pattern I am writing into your story. Saul hurled spears. Saul hunted with armies. Saul used his position to make suspicion sound official. Yet when I placed Saul within reach, alone in a cave at En-Gedi, David drew near and only cut a corner of the robe. Even then, his heart struck him. He said in his spirit, I will not stretch out my hand. He would not become lawless to prove he was right. Later, again, while Saul slept surrounded by soldiers, David stood over the spear that had once chased him. He took the spear and the water jug and walked away. He chose witness over wound, restraint over retaliation. He called from a distance and let truth travel on fruit and time. Hear me. Integrity in the cave prepared him for the crown. Revenge would have disqualified the peace he was praying for. Chosen one, you have had chances to embarrass them, to expose them, to end them. Drafts sat in your notes. Receipts stacked in your hand. Meetings were offered for spectacle, not solution. And I restrained you for a reason. I was protecting your future character, not just your current case. I can remove a Saul without you becoming a Saul. My justice does not require your spear. My exposure does not need your theater. When you let the peace I give act as an umpire, you hear the call, stand down, stay clean, step back under covering, and that call preserves you for what I am building next. Do you see the details I orchestrated for David? The corner of the robe became evidence without blood. The stolen spear became testimony without a strike. Distance kept the dialogue honest. Respect guarded David's heart from rot. He told the truth without venom, and then he moved on. May the Lord judge between you and me, was his posture. That is not weakness. That is wisdom aligning with heaven's court. I gave him restraint, so his story could not be rewritten as a rebellion. I gave him time so patterns could convict what arguments could not. Now receive my instruction for your next provocation. When a fresh opportunity appears to clap back, do not touch it. When bait is dangled to make you prove a point, do not bite. When a private window opens to humiliate them, do not enter. Keep your distance clean. Keep your speech few and factual. Let peace call the plays. Your assignment is boundaries, prayer, silence, and obedience. I will handle the movement of kings and the removal of spears. Stay in the cave with integrity until I call you out. The crown I am preparing requires a spirit I refuse to let bitterness shape. Stay clean. Stay covered. Watch what I do. My child, the next provocation will arrive dressed like justice, but it is bait. I am placing 5 protective commands in your hand. Obey them, and you will feel my covering thicken around you. Break them, and the old chaos will rent space in your soul again. Hear me clearly. My covering increases when you refuse the behaviors that pull you back into chaos. Do not retaliate in words. No subtweets. No veiled captions. No indirect jabs wrapped in spiritual language. Do not turn scripture into a sling for shade. Every clever line that lands online lifts your pain but lowers your peace. Keep your words few, factual, and necessary. If an answer is required, give it clean, not cutting. If no answer is required, be silent. Let peace act as an umpire over your tongue. When you honor this, I protect your witness, while truth gathers its own voice. Do not recruit a crowd. Triangulation multiplies confusion and damages credibility. Stop building witness lists in secret group chats. Stop calling 3 friends to process what I'm asking you to release. Prayer requests that are gossip are still gossip. You are not a campaign. You are my child. Crowds blur timelines and muddy motives. I want the contrast sharp your restraint against their patterns, so even the casual observer can see. Step out of the huddle. Stand in the light with me. Do not stalk their outcome. Monitoring is a form of bondage. Refreshing their page handcuffs your peace to their highlights. Cut the feed. Mute the thread. Block if you must. Delete the shortcuts that take your thumb there without thinking. Every check-in is a micro-agreement to stay tied to what I am severing. Look away and live. Fix your eyes on me and watch your breath return. Do not negotiate your boundaries. If peace says no, stop reopening doors with maybe this time. Stop handing out spare keys through guilt. Stop moving your fence to accommodate manipulation. Your yes and your no are holy. When peace withdraws, it is my protection calling you out of a rigged game. Hold the line. Time will confirm what your spirit already knows. Do not abandon prayer. Prayer is not a one-time file drop. It is how you hand me the case daily. Bring me the sting every morning. Bring me the rumor every night. Say it out loud. I transfer this to your docket again. When you keep returning the case, I keep returning the peace. Manna fell daily, so does the strength not to strike. Instead, here is what to do: simple, strong, clean. Keep your mouth guarded, your circle small, your eyes forward, your boundaries firm, and your prayers steady. This is how you stay under my covering while I work. Stay clean. Stay covered. Watch what I do. My child, I will not leave you with warnings only. I am giving you a clean justice plan you can follow this week. No theatrics. No grand comebacks. Consistent obedience, small, clear steps. That is your clean path to freedom. Do these with me, and you will feel your peace return and your footing steady. Step 1. Write 1 sentence of closure you will not send. 1 sentence, not a speech. Put the weight you have been carrying into a single line, what you wish you could say to end the spinning. Then bring it to me. Pray. Father, I release this sentence to your courtroom. I do not need the last word. I need your peace. I entrust my name and my future to you. Save it as a prayer, not a post. If you need a physical act, tear it up after you pray. Let peace act as an umpire over your tongue. Step 2. Set 1 boundary today that restores peace. Choose it and implement it now. Block if access is a corridor for chaos. Limit if calls and texts arrive at destabilizing hours. Clarify access if roles are vague. We will communicate by email about this matter only. Return keys. Change codes. Mute threads. Your yes be yes. Your no be no. You will feel your nervous system exhale when you install the right fence. Step 3. Choose 1 trusted, mature counsel source. Avoid gossip circles. 1 voice, not a chorus. A seasoned pastor, a licensed counselor, a stable mentor who values truth over drama. Tell the truth cleanly. Receive feedback humbly. Do not triangulate. Safety grows when counsel is wise and contained. Step 4. Replace rumination with a discipline. Pick 1 practice and do it daily for 7 days. Scripture. Read and pray Psalm 27 or Romans 12 slowly, aloud. Worship. A 10-minute walk with gratitude and a song that centers you. Journaling. Write 10 sentences of truth, not 10 pages of replay. Serving. Bless someone quietly to turn your focus outward. Every time your mind circles, return to the practice. Train your attention back to me until peace reclaims the field. Step 5. Ask for wisdom. Morning and evening, pray. Show me what I cannot see. Keep my heart clean. I give wisdom generously without shaming. I will show you patterns you missed, exits you need, and steps that keep you covered. Your confirmation will begin with the steady rise of peace inside you. Seal this with a declaration, say it, and if you need to, write it where you can see it. I choose peace over payback. God will handle my justice. This is your agreement with heaven. Do the simple steps. Keep them for 7 days. Watch how clarity builds, how the noise lowers, how your spirit stops flinching. Stay clean, stay covered. Watch what I do. My child, you have obeyed in small, clean steps. Now hear how you will know I am exposing the truth. I do not begin with crowds or headlines. I begin with your spirit. My exposure often begins with your restored peace, because that is the first justice I give you. Confirmation 1. Peace returns before circumstances change. You wake, and your chest is not clenched. The compulsion to check, to prove, to replay begins to fade. Your sleep lengthens. Your appetite for drama starves. You notice silence, and it feels like safety, not punishment. This is the peace I give, not as the world gives. Let it rule your heart. Act as an umpire. When peace re-enters the field and calls you safe, know this: the cords that entangled you are snapping. I am disentangling you from their storyline, so I can tend to truth without costing you your spirit. Confirmation 2. Patterns become visible to others without you campaigning. You do not have to send your files. Fruit speaks. People who once shrugged now say, I see it. Unsolicited clarity shows up in quiet messages, neutral voices, unlikely places. Timelines align. Stories that shifted with the wind stop holding. You kept your hands clean, so contrast sharpened. Even casual observers begin to connect dots you never drew for them. This is me bringing what was done in darkness into light, slow, steady, undeniable. Confirmation 3. You receive unexpected protection. Doors that once opened for them begin to close without your hand on the knob. Plans built on deceit collapse under their own weight. Invitations pause. Influence then. Meanwhile, I open for you what no one can shut: new work, steady provision, safer rooms, conversations about purpose, not drama. Logistics click. The detours you dreaded become the lanes where favor finds you. You will feel covered not by spin, but by me. Confirmation 4. Your need to be believed fades. The ache to be understood loosens its grip. Identity anchors in who I say you are, not in who applauds. You choose dignity over debate. You prefer alignment over attention. You no longer want the last word. You want the right spirit. You do not pace outside their court. You sit with me. This is your vindication starting inside before it ever echoes outside. Caution, beloved, not every exposure is public. Sometimes I move them quietly from influence. Sometimes their reach shrinks without announcement. Sometimes I reroute you so thoroughly that their narrative becomes irrelevant to your next chapter. Do not demand a stage to feel satisfied. Ask for clean exits, guarded peace, and holy distance. My justice is precise. It does not need spectacle to be real. Hold these confirmations and let them steady you. When you notice even one, agree with me. I receive your peace, and I release my case. Now, let me seal this with a prayer so your spirit stays guarded. My child, open your hands. This is the moment of transfer. Pray with me now, and say it out loud so your spirit hears the verdict. There is no shame here. There is cleansing. Heaven is listening. I am placing peace back in your chest as you place the case into my hands. Father, I return to you. I repent without hiding and without shame for every revenge fantasy I entertained, for the speeches I drafted in my mind, for the captions I considered, for the petty agreements I made with my pain. Wash my speech, purify my motives, quiet the memory loops that replay injury, and recruit my imagination against my peace. I renounce slander, sarcasm, and insinuation. I release the need to be clever. I choose to be clean. Guard my heart from bitterness. Put a watch over my mouth. Restrain my impulses when adrenaline surges. Place sentries at my phone and my fingers. Deliver me from the trap of reacting. Lead me not into temptation. Deliver me from evil. Keep me from decisions that purchase a moment of relief at the cost of long-term peace. Let me be slow to speak, quick to listen, and anchored in your wisdom. Father, in your timing, bring truth into the light. Expose what must be revealed without me becoming hardened. Align witnesses, close counterfeit doors, and open only what aligns with your peace. Give me wisdom to set and keep boundaries, Sharpen my discernment so I can hear your yes and your no without second guessing. Let your peace rule in my heart like an umpire calling me safe, calling me out, calling me still. Teach my feet quick obedience and my soul holy restraint. Heal the grief beneath my anger. Touch the places that feel abandoned, embarrassed, or small. Restore my dignity without making me hard. Unhook me from obsessive monitoring. I cut the cords that tether my peace to their page, their praise, or their silence. I choose to look away and live. Give me rest in the night and strength in the morning. Crown me with loving kindness. Clothe me with a garment of praise instead of heaviness. I hand you the case, and I take back my peace. I choose forgiveness with wisdom and distance where needed. I bless my enemies with repentance and reality. I release my name into your courtroom and refuse to argue in theirs. Let integrity remain my shield. Let your peace continue to rule as the umpire. Let justice be yours and yours alone. Show me when to speak and when to be silent, when to stand firm and when to walk away. I align with David's restraint. I will not touch what you have reserved for your judgment. May the Lord judge between us, and may I remain found in obedience. Seal this in me, Father, over my mind, my mouth, my memories, and my movements. Your peace, your boundaries, your wisdom. I agree. I hand you the case, and I receive a peace no circumstance can steal. It is so, in Jesus' name. Amen. My child, lift your head and receive this from my mouth over your life. I declare you will not grow bitter, you will grow wise. You will not trade your calling for a clapback, you will walk in peace. You will not be recruited into the war that drains you. You will be established in the rest that keeps you. Your name will not be hosted in their courtroom. Your name is held in my hands. Your future will not be mortgaged to a moment. Your steps will be ordered by my spirit. Peace will rule in your heart, like an umpire, calling you safe, calling you forward, calling you clean. Chosen one, this is your charge. Stay clean and stay close. My justice does not require your revenge, only your trust. Do not answer from adrenaline, answer from alignment. Do not be lured by bait. Be led by peace. Guard your mouth. Guard your feed. Guard your feet. I cover you as you obey me. Boundaries, prayer, silence, and quick obedience. Under my covering, nothing necessary will be lost and nothing false will be needed. Now, agree with me out loud and in writing so your spirit remembers. I will not seek revenge. God will expose and restore me. Type it as your declaration and your alignment with heaven. Plant this sentence where the enemy tried to plant suspicion. Let it be the banner you stand under when provoked. Then move in immediate obedience. Choose one boundary action the moment this ends. Mute, block, clarify, return a key, close a thread, schedule the council, install the fence that restores peace. And today, before you respond to any message, pause and pray. Peace. Act as an umpire over my mouth and my moves. If peace stays, proceed gently. If peace withdraws, do not. This is how you keep your hands clean while I handle the unseen. I bless your mind to be still, your heart to recover, your tongue to be guarded, your steps to be steady. I bless your sleep to lengthen and your appetite for drama to die. I bless your discernment to rise and your distractions to fall. I bless you to prefer dignity over debate and destiny over display. You will see what I do as you stay where I cover. If you are choosing peace over payback, like this now as your small yes, subscribe to remain under this stream of God Says guidance as I train your discernment and heal betrayal's residue. Share this with the one tempted to retaliate so they stay covered too. Stay clean, stay covered. Watch what I do.